Our inner dialogues, they don't lie. They tell us exactly how it is. They show us where we are in consciousness, what are most dominant within us, and they give us clues on what kind of beliefs we may have in our subconscious mind. So they are extremely important in manifesting. And that's the reason why, if I could only focus on one thing and one thing only, I would focus on inner dialogues. Because if you become aware of everything that you are feeding yourself, all of the stories that you are persisting in, and you gain control over whatever feels real to you, you can manifest anything. And that's why mental diet is so important. Because first you become aware of the stories that you have there. Then you become aware of how different they are from the stories that you want to experience. And you find your way to align yourself with the stories, the reality that you want to live. So today we are talking about how to gain control over your inner dialogues in a way that you can make them work for you and not against you. Okay. But before I get into it, hello everyone. If you're new here, my name is Elle. Welcome to my channel. If you're in need of coaching, go to the description box. The information is there. But right now, let's get into today's topic. There is no magic pill that we can take and then we are completely neutral to our thoughts. But in my opinion, part of becoming a master manifestor, part of creating the relationship that you want to have with someone that chooses you, or that life where money flows to you, or a healthy life, a healthy experience, is you understanding that when it comes to manifesting, it's about you getting to know your psyche, how you work, and you finding your way to make techniques, if you want to use them, to make them work for you. So you don't have to do everything at once. You just have to figure out what is it that I feel comfortable in doing, that is fun, that allows me to completely dive in a different reality. And when it comes to inner dialogues, the first step is understanding where those thoughts are coming from. And when you take a look at those things, they are coming from your beliefs, the beliefs that you have stored in your subconscious mind, your assumptions, your convictions. 95% of our behavior and decision making are subconscious. So most of the time we are just on autopilot. We are not even aware of how we are acting, what we are doing, what kind of things we are entertaining, what kind of reality we are focusing on. The thoughts that automatically comes to your mind, the assumptions that you are most naturally drawn towards, they are coming from your beliefs, your convictions that are in your subconscious mind. This is so important to know because this is also where confirmation bias comes from. So the way that we experience reality has a lot to do with the stories that we carry with us about what typically happens to me, how the world treats me, who I am in this world. You're basically looking for exactly that story to be confirmed in your reality. Let me give you an example to make it clear for you. Let's say there is someone called Anna, and Anna grew up with a father that was always cheating on her mom. And in the moments of frustration, her mom, friends, family, they would say things like, oh, men are cheaters, men are liars, men are incapable of being honest, men can keep it in their pants. This is basically telling her more or less how relationships are, how men are. She grows up, she meets a guy called Joshua. They are together, they are happy. And at some point in the relationship, things become natural or life picks up and you're not investing that much of energy. Instead of texting Anna 20 times a day, Joshua start texting her 10 times a day. Instead of going on dates 4 times a week, they are going on dates like twice a week. When you don't have stories, negative stories about relationships, about your partner, about men in general, women in general, you can choose to believe in a story like, oh, maybe life is picking up. Okay, maybe there is something going on that, like, they are sick, the parents are going through something, friends are going through something, but it has nothing to do with our relationship. We are solid, we are strong, this is going to pass, it's going to come towards me even stronger. But if you have a story within you that says, oh, when this happens, it's because they are cheaters, they are not being honest, they are looking for something outside of the relationship, because this is what men actually do, then this is what you are going to start looking for. And that's what Anna would look for. She would think, maybe he's not interested in me. Maybe he's seeing someone else. He's talking to someone else. Maybe they are already in a relationship. So you are creating a third party in your own relationship. Of course, you don't do this consciously. This happens subconsciously. You are not there aware, oh, let me create a third party. And in the future, you are not going to look back and see, I created a third party because I was assuming this and that. No, you will think, he's just another man. He's just another cheater. He is incapable of being honest. Okay. We always blame others for the stories that we are looking for in our reality. And why are we looking for them? It's because of our beliefs, the beliefs that we have in our subconscious mind. Every belief can be questioned. Nothing is absolute. But sometimes we are going to face resistance. And it's normal, because that resistance is just showing us that belief is deeply ingrained in the idea of who we are or how the world works. But that's not a problem, because when you understand how we actually create our reality, you will know it just means that I've seen enough of that story in my 3D. But I've seen it because I have fed it. Once I believe a story, I become a magnet to that experience. It's because of confirmation bias, as I explained before. You look for it outside of you, because that belief is telling you, sooner or later, this is what is going to happen. And then you become aware of it. You become aware of the stories that happen around you that confirm that belief. This happens subconsciously. You are not aware of it, because if you were aware of it, you could question it. That's why the first step is mental diet, is becoming aware of everything. So the trick to replace a belief is to take an idea, connect with a feeling, and then repeat it until it feels natural and real to you. This is what we do in visualization. This is what we do while affirming, okay? You can brainstorm. How would that life be? How would I think? How would I see the world if I already was that person who is in a relationship, who has a certain amount of money? You are already saturating your mind with that new idea that you want to experience. You are already creating new pathways in your mind that are going to allow you to see the world differently. But there is something that you must be aware of. And as Neville said, do not condition your desire. It is important to keep this in mind. And we tend to do that. We tend to feel like, oh, it's impossible. Oh, it's difficult. Oh, I can't see this happening. It doesn't matter that right now, from this state of consciousness, you can't see this happening. Because the only reason why you are not experiencing it is because your current state of consciousness do not allow you to experience that. It is not about what you think you can achieve from the state you are in. It is about what you desire to achieve. When you become aware of your mental diet and you accept your desire without conditioning it. You have a starting point and a finish line, okay? It may feel like there is a big gap between them both, but every step towards that goal counts. We have to understand where we are and where we are heading to. So there are a few questions that you can ask yourself to brainstorm. What is it that I desire? How would my lifestyle be if I already had that reality that I want? If I already were the version of me that I want? What kind of thoughts would I entertain? What kind of feelings would I feel about myself and about my life? How is it different from my reality right now? From how I think about myself? From how I feel about myself? What beliefs do I need to create about myself in general so that I can achieve that goal? And what beliefs do I need to believe about that area of my life that is going to allow me to achieve that goal? Are there other people involved in that desire? Then ask yourself, what kind of beliefs do they have to bring also with them to make that reality possible? Because you have to understand, you are only going to get into that end that you desire if you're already thinking like a person that can sustain it. And the other person as well. If you are manifesting a relationship and you say, I want to have a happy and secure and loving relationship with my partner, but right now, just like the example I gave, you have this idea that men are cheaters, men are liars. You are not going to get into that secure relationship with those beliefs. Because even if that person was 100% pure, okay, and would never lie and would always be honest and would never cheat, you would still be looking for signs that this is who they are, because you're used to that story. So that's where self-concept is so important. You really have to pay attention to all the stories that you are entertaining. And you have to realize when you are right now thinking about something that is not aligned with your desire. Some people freak out when they realize that. No, you don't have to. It's great. Congratulations. Amazing. Most people are on autopilot. You are aware that you are not aligned with your desire. Okay? So now you can take the steps and work towards changing those stories. When you notice that your inner dialogue is toxic, is not supporting your desire, is actually going against your desire, do not freak out and do not fight it. You don't have to fight it. All you have to realize is, I am working on my self-concept. That idea that I'm seeing right now and that is not aligned with what I want is going to change. For me, realizing that it's not something that is universal, something that is set in stone, already makes it weak in my mind. Okay? So look at the thought and say, this is not actually what I want to experience. And that's the reason why I am working on my self-concept. And 1 year from now, I'm going to have complete different beliefs. Okay? I'm not going to see life this way. One thing that you can also do is, when you made it aware to yourself that this is not who you are and this is not set in stone, and that this is just an unfortunate belief that you have and that you are working on changing, something that you can do is just go in your imagination and connect with the reality that you want to experience. Think about 1 year from now. You don't know how you'll get there, but in 1 year from now, you are going to have the life that you want to have. So don't focus on the how, don't focus on the now, focus on how is that going to be. So you go to the end. Notice how you would change, how your perception would change, how your feelings would change, how your reactions would change, okay? It's not about judging yourself. It's not about hurting yourself and forcing something into being. If you use force, this is a guaranteed way for you to not get it. You are forcing something because you are not confident that you can achieve it, that you can be it. But you can. So instead of putting too much pressure on yourself and creating so much stress and anxiety, focus on the most important thing, you. The key to your freedom is in you. It is about the stories that you carry with you. It is about the beliefs that you have there. You will always have to deal with your own thoughts, okay? And it's going to be much easier if this is coming with love and compassion for where you have been in life. If you are manifesting wealth and you have been bombarded with thoughts that are saying, my life's not going to change, I'm not able to afford this and that, I will never have the amount of money that I desire, I will never have the life that I desire. When those thoughts come up and you become aware of them, do not fight them. So look within and start asking yourself questions, what if I had so much money that it could never end? What would I be doing right now? And then you go into those ideas. I would be traveling. I would be in Europe. I would be driving a Ferrari, or I would have a mansion in Beverly Hills, or whatever story it is, okay? But while thinking about it, how would my lifestyle change? How would I think about money? How would I think about buying stuff? While you are thinking about those stuff, you are shifting, okay? You are already focusing on something else. You are not focusing on this thought. You're not feeling sorry for yourself. You are shifting. And naturally, because you have decided in that moment to become aware of a different reality. If you are manifesting a relationship with someone, the same thing, the same steps. Ask yourself, how would that feel? If it was natural for you to be in that relationship, how would the relationship be? How would it feel to be in that relationship? And this being a natural thing for you, okay? And if you're feeling bold enough, then you can even say, I'm so grateful for my life right now. I'm so grateful for my wealth. I'm so grateful for my relationship with that person. I'm so grateful for my health. Whatever you desire, when you start feeling it as real, tell yourself, I'm so grateful that this is who I am now. If you start doing this, if you start embracing your desire that way, if you stop fighting your thoughts, your inner dialogues, if you start just shifting towards the reality that you want very naturally, very easily, and you start making this real to you, you are going to see a decrease in your negative thinking, in your negative talking. And you are going to see movement in other people around you. They are going to reflect that story back to you. It's so amazing to experience. And I know that you guys are going to achieve it because I have had many experiences that tells me that this work. Many of my clients, they have seen movement in friends, family, people around them reflecting the same story that they are telling themselves really fast. So you can achieve that too. Okay, you got this. That's it from me, guys. Thank you so much for being here. I'm going to talk to you soon. Bye-bye.